The Terminator's mission was not over yet. They had to travel back in time once again to ensure that the future remained safe from Skynett's influence. With a determined heart, the Terminator set off on his journey to the past. He arrived in the past and quickly began his mission. He searched for the villains and tracked down their locations. He was able to locate them and take them out one by one, ensuring that they would never be able to carry out their mission. With his mission complete, the Terminator returned to the present, knowing that he had saved the future from the clutches of Skynet and the villains. Assessment of situation: the Terminator had successfully completed his mission and ensured the safety of the historical figure. He had managed to take down all three of the villains, preventing them from carrying out their plan to alter the course of history. The Terminator had saved the world from the clutches of Skynet and the villains, and was praised for his heroic actions. The historical figure's legacy was kept intact, and the Terminator had once again proven himself to be a formidable force in the fight against evil. Now that the villains had been taken down, the Terminator set his sights on Skynet. He was given a new mission to travel back to the past and prevent the villains from ever being sent back in time in the first place. He knew that in order to truly protect the world, Skynet had to be destroyed. He set out to find the source of Skynet's power and take it down once and for all. He searched tirelessly, eventually finding the mainframe that held Skynet's power. With one swift and powerful strike, the Terminator destroyed the mainframe, effectively ending Skynet's reign forever. The world was safe again, and the Terminator was celebrated for his heroic actions. He had managed to take down the villains and destroy Skynet, ensuring the safety of the world and the legacy of the historical figure. The Terminator had once again proven himself to be a powerful force in the fight against evil. With his mission complete, the Terminator returned to the present. They had saved the world from the clutches of evil and restored peace and order to the timeline. He was welcomed back with open arms, and his heroic actions were praised by all. The Terminator began to prepare for his mission. The Terminator had once again proven himself to be a powerful force in the fight against evil. The destruction of Skynet also meant that the historical figure was safe and their legacy was kept intact. The world was a better place now that the villains had been stopped and the timeline had been restored. The Terminator had done what no other could do, and he had done it with courage and strength. They had saved the world from the brink of disaster and ensured that the future would be a brighter one. Victory and legacy: the Terminator's victory was celebrated by people from all around the world. He was honored for his bravery and courage, and he was seen as a symbol of hope and justice. His legacy was one of strength and courage, and he would be remembered for centuries to come. The historical figure whose life was saved was also grateful for the Terminator's actions. They had been spared from the hands of evil, and their legacy was kept intact. He studied the villains' plans and strategies, and he familiarized himself with the timeline of the events leading up to Skynet's decision to send the villains back in time. They were able to continue their work and make a lasting impact on the world. The Terminator's victory was a major turning point in the history of the world. He had managed to save the world from the brink of disaster and restore peace and order to the timeline. He had done what no other could do, and he had done it with courage and strength. The Terminator had become a symbol of hope and justice, and his legacy would live on for generations to come. Conclusion: the Terminator's victory ensured that the world was a better place and the future was a brighter one. His courage and strength had saved the world from the brink of disaster and restored peace and order to the timeline. His legacy was one of hope and justice, and he would be remembered for centuries to come. The world owed the Terminator a debt of gratitude, and his victory would never be forgotten. He studied the villain's weaknesses and strengths, and he strategized how he could best use them to his advantage. He also read up on the history of the historical figure, so he could better understand the impact of his mission and the importance of keeping the figure safe. The Terminator was determined to succeed. He knew that failure was not an option. He was ready to take on the mission and save the future.